What is going on? It is Donald Poe Photography, and today I want to talk about one of the best semi-professional setups you can get for under $500. Now, in my hand, I am holding a Canon 5D Mark II, the legendary 5D Mark II. All the cool kids are talking about it on the app. Shout out Martin, I gotta look up his channel, but he kind of... Martin Cardstein? I'll just say Martin C. Just look up Martin C and then the 5D Mark II. His name will pop up. Honestly, I bought this camera because I was binging content on YouTube and his name came up, and then he kind of explained like, hey, this camera's pretty good. Autofocus is in, but this is a good camera. And I was like, you know what? I have a Fujifilm X100V, a D3400 at the time. I'm like, I need a full frame camera because I want to try it out, And I do not regret this purchase at all. So I was doing a little bidding war for this camera. I paid $330 for it. Now, $330 for a camera from 2009, that's a little expensive, but you get a 21 megapixel full frame sensor, and it has a look to it. Now, it's not like as warm and golden as the 5D Classic, but I like the look it produces. It still looks like modern enough that you can still use it professionally. Like, I use this for event photography and portraits. It has that look that you can still you can't tell the difference between this and like a 5D Mark IV, like a regular person, not like somebody on like a Reddit, like we're not like pixel peeping, but if we're just a regular civilian, like you're not gonna tell the difference. And I have a Nifty 50 on it. So Nifty 50 cost me $90 and it was in pretty good condition, and this glass is pretty sharp, and that means this is under $500. And if you charge a good enough amount, you'll make that back in a shoot or two. I don't know your prices, that's none of my business, but you can literally make it back. Like, and this body's a workhorse. So I was bidding for it. It was an estate find. This had about, I think, I don't have my phone on me. I gotta check. My phone is right there. I don't want to go get it because I'm on camera, but I had 24,000 shutter clicks on it. I had to download some software and do the shutter count, and 24 on a workhorse professional camera that I believe was $2,000 plus back in the day. This is a brand new camera, and the results that it gives is still modern enough to use. Now, the autofocus, people, they aren't lying. The autofocus isn't the best. I'm using Nifty 50, so the autofocus is I don't use autofocus like that, so it's not a big problem to me. I started zone focusing because I've been using Fujifilm cameras, and I just tend to just use old glass, vintage glass, because I like the look and the colors it produces, and I like just being in control, It has a film experience, but it's digital. But this camera, the autofocus, I never really had a problem with it. I missed focus maybe like once or twice. I tend to use back button, like I hit the back button, I'll set it like the focus point and just I shoot this wide open, still really sharp. This camera is good. I see why people were raving about the 5D series, and it is a DSLR, and we're in the mirrorless age right now, but honestly, between you and I, the DSLRs, they are really, really, really a great bargain. They are a great bargain in general. They're really good. I recommend it 100%. People say, oh, it's heavier. Better low light performance with mirrorless, but who's really shooting in pitch black? I get it if you go to New York City and you're just walking around, it's kind of heavy. I get that, but have you seen the film cameras back then? Have you held a Pentax K1000? It's not light, and it's around the same, I'd say, weight. If they can do that in the 80s, you can do this. Especially for the results you'll get from this camera. People say this camera goes for about 250K shutter accuations. They also say it hits $1 million. That's insane to me. I'm only at what, probably 26,000 now since I last checked. I only use it for professional work, like when I get a call to do portraits. I like to use my other cameras personally for portraits though, but this is just my moneymaker. Like, if I hear, hey, Donald, I need a shoot, I'm pulling out the 5D Mark II because I know the results I'm gonna yield. They're gonna like this the most, and then it's not gonna be too much in editing. Like, skin tones are gonna look great, colors are gonna look great, and this is just overall a great camera, especially sub $500. So would I recommend this to a friend? Of course. I talked about this camera a couple times on my channel, but I just wanted to talk about the setup, and this setup is extremely good. I've made money with this setup. If I can make money, you can make money too. Under $500. Great lens, great body. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I believe I have 84 subscribers at the time of this recording. You're the best. Please, let's talk about the Canon 5D Mark II. Let's talk about any camera you want to in the comments. I would love to reply. And you're the best. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, for real. It means a lot to me.